Melissa, what are you going to be looking out for this week from the Supreme Court?
Well, I'm expecting those briefings to come in from the Alliance for Hippocratic Medicine, which is the litigant group that has filed these objections to the FDA's approval process for mifepristone, which took place over 23 years ago. Their briefs are due on Tuesday at noon, and this administrative stay that Justice Alito, as the Fifth Circuit Justice, issued last week will elapse on Wednesday, which means we are likely to get a decision from the Supreme Court sometime before Wednesday at midnight. And again, the court could act to stay the entirety of Judge Kaczmarek's decision, or it could credit some aspects of it, as the Court of Appeals did, or it could do nothing, as it did in the case of SB 8, that Texas bounty hunter law, and allow this to go into effect, which would further sow chaos across the country around abortion access.
Melissa, I hate to entertain this possibility, but I think we're at the point where we got to, if that is in fact the case, that last option there, and they do nothing and this goes into effect, what then can the Biden administration do to keep the pill on the market?
Well, then I think the Biden administration really has to take up the question of whether it's going to exercise its FDA enforcement discretion and again decide whether or not a single judge in the state of Texas can make nationwide policy without any kind of scientific backing or without any of the testing that the FDA normally does with regard to approving a drug. So there is enforcement discretion that could be wielded here. But again, I want to emphasize this for your viewers. The whole point of all of this was to not only make abortion less accessible, but to sow confusion, because that confusion and that chaos also makes abortion less accessible, because it means providers are unwilling to do things they might be able to do or that they might lawfully be allowed to do. They just don't know. And it means that individuals won't know where they can go. Right, and so this chaos is by design.
Right, which leads me to you, Zana. You and I talked when the Dobbs decision came down about the work that organizations like yours had been doing for months to prepare for this moment. It is not lost on me that this ruling came out of your state of Texas, which is among more than a dozen states that have completely banned the procedure. Your organization, Frontera Fund, has been helping women access out-of-state abortions. Talk to me about how a ban specifically on the abortion pill is going to complicate your efforts.
You know, it's very frustrating to see this case in the hands of judges who refuse to acknowledge the science and the 20-year medical evidence that supports mifepristone to end a pregnancy safely. What this is going to create is, again, as you said, a lot of confusion and a lot of misinformation on the ground. You know, part of our job as abortion funds is to keep on top of the misinformation and to be watchful of the misinformation and confusion out there. A lot of our callers are having to navigate a very confusing legal landscape around abortion access that sometimes changes overnight, as you saw with the mifepristone case. So it creates a lot of barriers, and it just creates a lot more confusion for our callers.
Right. We had someone who was on the program with us and reminded us that as this decision comes down, there is a woman in a car or on a bus somewhere who has a prescription in her hand who is not going to be able to fill that prescription. There are life decisions that are transpiring in these very small windows of time. And here's the thing, Molly, this is becoming, it's been real. It's becoming increasingly real to people across this country. And even when you ask theoretically, the polling shows a majority of Americans, 67%, they want to see the abortion pill remain available. So are Republicans just setting themselves up for failure come 2024?
I think they are. And I think they even see it, right? You see these Republican senators, congressmen, they're not going on the record. They're not celebrating because they see what's coming down the pike. Look, this is a crazy decision. This judge is saying, I don't like this drug, and so I've decided the FDA is wrong, right? I don't like what this drug does. It opens the door to the kind of religious craziness that will be, you know, very problematic for, I mean, think about it. District court judges will say, like, what, I don't like Viagra, I don't like the pill. I mean, where does this end? I mean, it sets a terrible, terrible precedent. But also, besides that, we've seen we've had 2 Dobbs elections now, and we're going to have, you know, this third one. They are walking into it. And I think the thing that has really galvanized American voters has been the fall of Roe. You know, you had polling before that was about 50%. Now you're seeing 60, 65%. Americans don't want to see, you know, they don't want to see this. They don't want to live like that.